Hey guys, welcome back to the Simply Knives YouTube channel. Today we got for you a review of this guy, the CJRB Gobi, with natural G10 and aluminum pivot collar and back spacer, orange, looking real nice. This is a really sweet D2 blade, made in China. There's the serial number, made by CJRB. And I love their natural G10 scales. They definitely look, as if they could glow in the dark. They do not, unfortunately. So yeah, this is the look of the knife. Big win for me. I just think it looks great. Action, phenomenal. If you know CJRB, you know that they do a fairly strong detent, but it makes it deploy reliably and snappy. Here's the CJRB's small feldspar, which you'll notice it's like a little harder to push open than some other knives, but that just makes it that much snappier when it's opening. It looks like they're a fan of these colored pivot collars. I prefer the brass one a lot more, but the orange is a nice change of pace. So anyways, this flipper deploys very reliably, very snappy, great action. So big wins for this knife. It's fun to fidget with. Oops. And running on ball bearings. They did that pretty well. The pocket clip can be switched to either side. I do notice that on this one, that's my dog walking around. On this one, as you can see, it just doesn't fit in quite snug there. But I'm sure that there's no way it comes like this normally. I think that it's just this specific one. It's on loan. So maybe I can fix that later, but it doesn't seem like too big of a deal for me. I think the main things I'm looking for on this knife is just how reliable the action is, how smooth it feels, the overall look of the knife, and in all those regards, this knife is a complete win. I also really like this kind of upswept blade look. I think it looks great. But yeah, this action on this thing is pretty phenomenal. Let's go ahead and, take a look at that. Looks like it's like 60% lockup. The liner is actually, nested within the G10. No cutouts in there for weight reduction, but this isn't necessarily a heavy knife by any means. So anyways, yeah, lock up pretty far, but the liner bar, the liner lock itself is actually pretty thin. It's really easy to move out of the way. There's no jimping anywhere to be seen on this knife. Your thumb more rests off the blade back here. I think that kind of the shape of the blade means that, I guess with this kind of a blade, you would be doing more slicing, less hard use work. Wouldn't necessarily require jimping for this knife. It is a long knife. Let's go ahead and show you that. Here's our trusty Ontario rat number 2. And yeah, they're about even on the back here. And you can see that it's considerably longer. A nice long blade on this guy. Yep, the action's great. Feels really good on these bearings. It's so satisfying to flip open, honestly. Ergonomics, it's actually really good. I love how this kind of like goes back into your palm, and your palm just nests. It nests nicely inside of your palm. I like that this flipper kind of acts as something to keep your finger from going forward. Got a nice little choil there. I think that's a pretty good choil, to be honest. And I believe the blade is a flat grind. Yes, it is. And let's go ahead and check out the centering on this guy. Definitely more towards the sorry, this is the show side. This is the pocket clip side. Well, I guess that would depend, but more towards one side, so it's not perfect centering. It's not rubbing against anything either. Guess it's pretty close, but it is doing fine. Nice T8 screws, but T6 for the other screws. Yeah, I think overall, this knife, for the price, I think it's like $35, similar to the small feldspar here. But I think that for the price, it's a pretty dang good knife. It's got great action, like very, very good action. A little bit hard to flick it out because of that stronger detent. And then with just a few shakes, you can get that shut too. I'll see how this rides in the pocket. Rides pretty well. A little bit to grab onto. Small little lanyard hole there as well. It's pretty good. Not as deep as, say, this one. So this one I think is nicer, but this is not bad at all either. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's not really too much more to say about this one. The action's great. The look is great. The ergonomics are pretty good. I could use some chamfering on the inside of here. Let's see where else. Yeah, just, you know, some chamfering on this. When you're bearing down, your finger kind of like goes inside the crevices, and not exactly too comfortable. But 30 some odd dollars. Nice D2 steel, CJRB. They do a pretty good job. Really cool, unique kind of design. I guess this looks like this, I think it's the ZT-0460, but it's looking real nice. And I could definitely recommend this knife, especially if you're a big fan of the design. Then it's an easy pickup. The only thing I guess I would change about it would be, I would just do a different color than orange. It's not exactly my favorite. I much more prefer the brass on the feldspar. Yeah. But anyways, guys, thanks for coming to watch the review. Actually, hold on. Let's do a little paper cut test before my dogs start barking. Yes. Okay. Yep, slices well. It is sharp, guys. All right. Belle, please stop. All right, guys, peace. This is a good knife.